Hi everyone, welcome to another week of Check It Out, where I recommend titles for you to learn from, connect with, and explore. This week's title is The Casket of Time by Andre Snare Magnusson. This is a fantasy book, and it was translated from the original publication language, which was Icelandic, into English. So this is a new book for us, but it's been around for a bit. It's a wonderful book. I just found my new favorite book. I love this book so much. I'm going to be recommending it to everyone. I want to tell you a little bit about the plot. Sigrun is a young girl who lives in a place and time that's very similar to our present day. Everyone is obsessed with the situation, and the situation has the attention of all of the adults. The economy is crashing, everyone is worried all the time, and Sigrun just wants to enjoy a little time with her family, but her family just wants the world to be a better place for Sigrun to grow up in. So enter the Time Box, registered trademark. The Time Box is the perfect escape, helping everyone to wait out the situation without losing any of their time. So they kind of step into this box and they close the lid and time stops for them, but the world continues. Everyone immediately rushes out and buys these boxes. They want to wait out the situation. But unfortunately, Sigrun's box opens a little bit early, and she finds a band of children whose boxes have also opened early, and they all hunker down in this new world where animals and wildlife have just kind of taken over. It's pretty wild. They end up staying with an older woman named Grace, and she recruits them to help her by telling them a story. So this is a story within a story, which is one of my favorite formats. But so begins the story of King Diamond and his endless quest to stop time and preserve the life and beauty of his only daughter, Obsidiana. Grace poses the question to the children, can we use the lesson of King Diamond to help the current situation and free the people of their time boxes? So she kind of sets them out on this journey using this story as a guide. I picked this book for a few reasons. One, it's a translation, like I mentioned, so I thought it'd be really interesting and kind of nice opportunity to read something that was published in not my native language. So that was a nice experience, and it's really well written. It's super, super accessible. Two, it's a story within a story, which again, I've already mentioned too, is one of my favorite formats. I love how they kind of connect and weave and play with format that way. Three, I was intrigued by the premise. I picked this book up before our current situation, which is all of us sheltering in place. But the situation can be applicable to so many events that happen in our world. And I think that one of the best escapes for when you're feeling overwhelmed is to read. So reading something like this, even though it felt kind of adjacent to our current situation, gave me hope and let me kind of play around in this fantasy world for a little while and take my mind off of all the things that are happening. So I love that about this. I was, like I said, intrigued by the premise before all of this happened. And I still love this book so much. It's one of those rare books that's categorized as a children's book, but it's very accessible to everyone. Everyone should read this book. Not just children. It spans all audiences, which I love. The characters are relatable. There's a really great quest plot, which I'm a sucker for, and there's lots of emotion in the story. It has all the makings of the best kinds of stories, in my opinion, and it leaves the reader feeling hopeful and joyful, which I always love. So, themes in this book are time, beauty, and control. Read-alikes. I do have physical read-alikes here because I own them. The Little Prince, which is a classic. Again, a children's book that everyone should read. Adults and children alike can get something out of this. And another of my favorites, The Inquisitor's Tale, or The Three Magical Children and Their Holy Dog by Adam Gidwitz. This is another one of my favorite stories. It's a story within a story. It has a lot of morals and values, and it's a lot of fun, diverse characters. So with that, I hope you found something to book up your week. Thanks, everyone.